Now, I'm going to try and put it into context. In the past 75 years, which has seen this exponential growth in this group of diseases, we have changed. We suddenly have acquired cars, whereas before you used to walk or bicycle. So that we've been taking no exercise. And lifting weights in a gym is not adequate exercise. The guy may feel macho, right? But actually it isn't really very good exercise, because to exercise you have to use all your body parts and to get your circulation circulating. So brisk walking is the #1 effective form of exercise. And if we go back to pre-industrialization, what did we do all day? We worked in the fields. We had physical exercise all day. And it was only a very few at the top of the economic pile who sat in houses and got weighted on hand and foot. And it was they who had neurodegenerative disease. We're fighting, when I say we're fighting, unfortunately North America has been built on sugar. And it actually is killing us, because we have exponential levels of diabetes, excess consumption of sugars, high cancer levels, excess consumption of sugars, neurodegenerative disease. So sugar is your #1 enemy when you're dealing with neurodegenerative diseases. In addition to the carbs we discussed, because they convert to sugars in the body. So here we have a reference which clearly states what I'm saying and some more technical detail. But if you think you may be going in this direction, or you know somebody who is, you get them off the sugar. End of story. Now, I do recommend this book because this was written originally in the 1970s, and it illustrates very well the impact of big business and the interrelationship with that business with academia and governments, and the negative consequences of getting out a message about sugar. As the title says, pure, white and deadly, and that's exactly what it is. And Mr. Yadkin really sacrificed his career in trying to get that message out, because he was a recognized expert in his field. And they kept saying, well, why don't you hold up this council? Why don't you run this? And then the person funding the council, or funding the body, which everyone was jumping up and down to which he should be appointed, partly said, well, if you appoint him, we'll withdraw our funding. Because inevitably, the sponsor was selling sugar. And I don't necessarily mean the white teaspoon. So, your key missing ingredients here in Ontario, and excuse me, while we're broadcasting this may not be true for wherever you live. But here in Ontario, in our soils, we do not have sufficient zinc and selenium. If you don't have sufficient zinc and selenium, your body doesn't work very well. This is because during the Ice Age, our topsoils were stripped, and with it went the zinc and selenium. People do not eat enough fish. First Nation peoples ate huge quantities of fish, whether they were on the coast or not. That meant they got plenty of iodine, in which we don't. Iodine is but it's not entirely. But the lab knows loss of vitamin D is affecting the bone, the muscles, the thyroid, and the so vitamin D is a key player in maintaining movement. Now, I'm not going to talk about that, but basically how it works. In that, it's the objective of set out some of the so more advanced progress caused by non-universal. There are extensive side effects, extensive Parkinson's syndrome on the one process. They affect the quality of the life when you come back to home, and they have very poor evidence of effects by diabetes. And that is something that is so important. If there is good quality independent evidence, so your work spending far filling down and the patient will benefit, then there's a very good argument for it. But sadly, the evidence supports it well. It's very little, very slow. That's what we say. I recommend to you Bad Pharma by Ben Golding. This book over Christmas. It was a present from my daughters in my stocking. And I know Ben Golding. He's an MD, he's a journalist, and so on and so forth. And I thought, and I started reading it. And I then had this amazing grin on my face because Mr. Golding, and he didn't know this in the negotiable form, but basically took my dissertation, wrote it better, updated it, expanded it, and absolutely confirmed everything I'd said. But my dissertation is not public property, as is any dissertation. It is the property of the university we do it at. So easily obtainable. I think Amazon has it. I don't know about Indigo, but certainly over the internet it's obtainable. I recommend you read it. For those of you who aren't aware of some of the problems, then it may be a bit of an eye-opener. And here I will touch on briefly about the flu vaccine. Again, I've made a statement on my Facebook page, but if I encapsulate it, there is no evidence that the flu jab, Tamiflu, works. Roche had for 5 years, contrary to the law, failed to disclose the evidence. And this is all written up and printed by the British Medical Journal, a very prestigious journal. They put all the correspondence up on the web because independent research quite clearly shows it doesn't work. Roche hadn't complied. And the UK government spent about £500 million. I believe our government spent even more. You know, if you go into an electrical store and you buy an electrical object, say a kettle, you take it home and it doesn't work, do you keep it? Okay, so plants. Again, I'm going to be very brief on plants, but we have some wonderful plants which deal with these diseases. Here is a reference where peony has been used, and it shows the protective effect of peonol, which is a chemical within peony, on neurotoxicity induced by alpha beta 1 to 2, which is things you get in Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. So, and I have listed some of the other plants here that we use when we are treating these diseases. I haven't listed all the antibacterial and antiviral properties of plants because it's impossible to do so in such a short time frame. But I have kind of honed a little bit, oops, I don't know why that C is sitting there, I'm sorry, on curcuminoids and turmeric. Turmeric is one of my favorite plants. We have a fabulous amount of scientific research thanks to Professor Agual, based at the MD Anderson Cancer Research Institute in Houston, Texas, and associated with the University of Tulsa. He's devoted his life to this. He's now internationally known. His work has been amazing, and equally this is an amazing plant. Turmeric has been shown to inhibit 14 cancers, affect 100 and something metabolic pathways, shown to be a benefit in all these neurodegenerative diseases. It has multi-properties when given in the correct dose and in the correct number. But it is the most fantastic plant. Ginkgo has a role, as does astragalus, milk vetch, and so on. But please, only when used in a therapeutic dose and in compounds, which means go to a professional. Anything more over the counter won't suffice. Right, now this is a little bit of evidence why plants and where plants work. So, for example, in the first one, we were talking about reversible worsening symptoms after taking cat's claw. That's on carrier, that relates to Parkinson's disease, totally reversed in a human being. Again, in Parkinson's disease, you've got these compounds being put together, and there's some scientific evidence of how and where they work. So, and as a professional, we use a combination of plants. We don't use just one in isolation to get the effectiveness and to match conventional drugs in their efficacy. I have to put this up every time, but nonetheless, I think it's very important. Please, when we're talking about plant medicine, go to a professional. Don't attempt to treat yourself. It's no disrespect, but you simply don't have the knowledge, and you could potentially therefore do harm. A professional will recognize what's needed and put it together for you. Now, I have a huge amount of references, papers and papers and papers. If those who are interested, I'm happy to send them. Please leave your name, email, and telephone after this discussion, and we'll get it sorted. For those who are listening via the internet, please email me, and again, it may take a little time, but we'll get back to you with it. And finally,